Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Quazar49 and 'tis time! This Halloween, Lady Abstractica's Freak Show returns to the park, but unlike what will now be known as Part 1, this update will be the very last one for Vision Park. Over the last 2 years, I've been telling a story that most of you haven't noticed. It's been told through tiny, subtle things like characters, places, and people. And this update not only brings all of that to an end, but provides an explanation for every single unanswered question. Everyone and everything is ready. All that's needed now is a little explanation. So sit tight, my dears, and don't move an inch, for this video will introduce you to everything on the way in Freak Show Part 2.
Way up on they say I'm a devil and I'm bad. Kings of men are bigger devils than your dad. They're breaking the hearts of mothers, making butchers of their brothers. You'll find more heat up there than there is down below.
First of all, the update isn't everything. The main attraction is of course the game, but the story being told in the update might be harder to figure out for some of you. Therefore, every Saturday on this channel for the month of October, you'll get a new chapter to a massive musical that I've worked for months on. Every video being uploaded during October will be a high-quality animated music video that tells the story through song. The game itself will of course explain this as well in its horror houses and other things, but I really want you guys to understand just how everything fits together, so this musical is sure to be the best way of doing it. The amount of people who like musicals on CTC is slightly terrifying, and I'm kind of excited to do this, to be honest. The songs are all in different genres as well. Some of it is circusy sounding rock music, other songs are more like pop music. There's something to enjoy for all of you freaks out there. This original musical, written by myself over the course of 5 months, has 5 chapters. So that's 5 videos, each one coming out on a Saturday. The story is the most sick and twisted thing you can imagine, and the ending will make your head explode! Do I sound excited? That's because I am! So yeah, I can't reveal what the story is yet, or any further details, but just make sure you watch these videos when they come out, because they'll give you answers to questions that you never knew you wanted to know. Anyway, here we go, it's haunted house time! This year's event features 3 brand new horror mazes. You've waited long enough, so let's not delay. The first horror maze is... Detriment is a Final Hour themed maze that goes more into the lore of the Final Hour Hotel, and gives you a first-hand look at the horrific events that happened before its closure. In the normal attraction, you are an explorer who decides to break into and look around a gigantic abandoned hotel with a mysterious and unknown past. You venture through the building until the ghost of the owner, Mr. Andrews, traps you in one of the lifts and begins toying with you. This happens in the present day, so it's happening right now in our time period. Detriment, however, transports you back to the 1950s, when the hotel was operating as normal and everything was brand new. You'll walk amongst the guests that checked into that place of secrets and lies, and see the hotel in her former glory. Ever wondered what that ballroom would have looked like back in the day? How grand it would have been? What's behind that strange boarded-up doorway? What happened to Mr. Andrews, and why are their voices coming from all the electronics? All these questions and a whole lot more will be answered when you walk through the now restored hallways of the Final Hour Hotel in Detriment this October. This maze is also the only maze in the update to take place in a separate game. As you know, I like to keep all of the rides and mazes in the main park in one game, so you can enjoy them with your friends. But Detriment is such a huge idea and has so much in it, that when you go into the maze in the main game, it will teleport you to a separate game. This is a single player experience, so that you can get every single jump scare and bit of horror you can out of the maze. When you get to the end though, you'll be teleported right back into the main game. So Final Hour fans, prepare to meet your master, as Mr. Andrews comes back to life, for 1 month only, in Detriment. Next up is Cell Zero. And stop! I know what you're going to say.
Quasar, Cell Zero was there last year, and to be honest, it wasn't that great. The atmosphere was nice, but it needed to be scarier.
Ugh. 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 That's why you'll be excited to hear that Cell Zero is being totally remade from the inside. Nothing from last year's Cell Zero will be the same except for the outside look of the building. What's inside? Well, you'll have to go in to find out. Cell Zero was mostly a scare actor's playground last year. Not to say that it wasn't enjoyed by lots of guests, but the problem is that scare actors aren't always online, and if your attraction relies solely on scare actors for most of its horror, you can see a problem here. This year though, Cell Zero will be totally independent, with its scares coming from different NPCs and other things that I can't mention yet. Scare actors will still have plenty of hallways to chase you through though, but this time it's going to be far worse than just a few jump scares. I would let you in on the story, but again...
Spoilers.
And the third and final maze is... This maze is the grand finale to the Mr. Smiley storyline and is by far the largest attraction in the park, taking up the entire beach and its surrounding areas. Over the last 2 years, you've seen where Mr. Smiley came from in amusement to what Smile Unlimited was like from the inside in Fear Them. This maze will combine the storylines of both amusement and Fear Them, and will also feature a new story element, along with a fully original and massive course to get through. The maze is essentially a story from beginning to end. You'll see Smiley's childhood and discover what happened to the mother, yeah, remember her, explore Smile Unlimited in the most intimidating version of it yet, and then move on to discover the ending, which leads us to where and what Mr. Smiley is today. So don't miss Smiley, the final word on Mr. Smiley's lore, this October. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's one thing Vision Park is known for, it's the attention to detail in its theming. And the amazing community. And the memes. But we don't have to talk about those. I don't mean that in a show-offy way. I'm just an incredible perfectionist and have gone absolutely insane doing this madness for 3 flipping years. Oh god, somebody make it stop! But while VP is intensely themed and features more subtle stuff than anyone would normally care to notice, I can say without a doubt that FREAKSHOW Part 2 is the most heavily themed experience you'll ever get from Vision Park. And that's coming from the creator, so trust me on this one. Which brings us to themed zones and attractions. Firstly, Dark Waters. The massively popular themed zone from last year's Freak Show will make a comeback this year, but with more refined aesthetics and strangeness than ever before. Last year there were some hints to what was going on with that weird water and all the strange creepiness, but nothing solid was ever explained or confirmed. This year, however, well, you're sure to be surprised. The next themed area is something new, called Carnival Street, where the new ride for October will be based. Carnival Street is a highlight of the update and is placed right after the park entrance. It's essentially a mini carnival, with all the games, food, and wondrous atmosphere that makes all the fun of the fair. The new ride I'll be keeping a secret for now, but it will be revealed in an upcoming teaser on Twitter, so don't miss it. Click the link below and follow. Finally, there's various other attractions which are, without doubt, sure to surprise you. I can't really show you anything yet because, of course, teasers are coming on Twitter, but I'll let you in on the names. Scaretastic Slushies, Poison Mall, and Madhouse. Start theorising, everyone, because I'd love to hear what you think these attractions will look and be like. Let's get creative in those comments. Now, I could keep talking, but why spoil the fun? I could easily tell you all about the 2 different Abstractica performances, the soundtrack, the 30+ new Scare Actor features, the weekly giveaways, the late night meetups that we're going to have, the competitions, and all of the other fabulously terrifying things planned for this October. But, again, I'd be ruining the fun if I told you every little detail. And plus, we'd be here forever. No, seriously, you'd have to sit here for at least 6 more hours to get everything out of this update. So I'd rather you just check it out in teasers and when the update eventually comes out. This update is definitely the very last one I will ever make for Vision Park. I may still continue afterwards, of course, with other games, projects, and you can expect plenty of Vision Park meetups to happen after October ends. But this is going to be the last new content that you'll get for the park. Although we're nowhere near the end yet. Like I just said, there will be weekly meetups during October, real-life giveaways, and an epic musical uploaded in parts every week. Not to mention what I have planned for Halloween night, which... you can't even imagine how excited I am to show you that. So get yourself ready, because Vision Park isn't over until November starts. I've got a whole lot more in store, so I'm sure you're not bored. And without further ado, stay tuned, my dear freaks.